Hi guys, Willow here. Welcome back to Willow's Witchy Garden. Today I'm going to update you on my garden and what's been going on, show you my new Greenstalk, and talk a little bit about the pest pressure I've got right now, and just give you a good update while it's not raining. So let's get started. So here are some of my cucumbers. I have the lemon cucumbers. We have a little bee that joined us. But yeah, my yellow lemon cucumbers are doing fantastic. I also have some Boston pickling that are growing really nice. But now this vine has taken over. And it's now growing down the center of the herb steps. So who knows where this thing is going to go, but I just keep seeing more and more cucumbers, and I'm very happy about it. I do see some disease on the leaves, but I'm just going to let them go because I do have other cucumbers planted in the Greenstalk. But overall, I'm really pleased with the cucumbers this year. These are my Armenian cucumbers, and they're doing pretty good this year. I did start these later. I do see some blossoms on them, so I'm hoping that I do get some fruit this year on these plants. But they're already vining and connecting over here to the other cucumber trellis. So, yep, they're growing, so hopefully we'll get some fruit. Got some pollinator here at work. Looks like a little black carpenter. My poor loofah. I'm not holding out too much hope for it. Every time it gets a blossom, a squirrel or rat or something eats it. I mean, vining wise, it's doing fantastic. It does have some sick leaves. I'm going to have to cut those off the bottom. But overall, I don't know what to do with it. I'm just sitting here going, first year to grow loofah, and I have rats and squirrels and who knows what else that's eating the fruit off of it. So I probably won't even see a loofah. If I do, it's been hidden from everybody, including me. It is time to harvest the Tulsi again, and lots of my basil. It is just going crazy here, guys. So yes, totally going to be harvesting basil. If not today, I will be doing that tomorrow. And I'll show you what I do with it in another video. I have a little friend. Hey, little lizard. Good morning. Keep eating all those bugs. Some people here in Louisiana may think I'm crazy for planting more tomatoes in our heat, in our humidity, and all the rain that we're having. But it was either plant them in the grow bags or just let them die. So I went ahead and I planted them. I got these. I planted one in this container. Let's see, where else did I plant some tomatoes? These are my roulette heatless habaneros. Those peppers are looking at least somewhat healthy. They've got some spots, but I've been spraying and taking care of them, and so far they haven't wilted and died. Oh yes, I planted a tomato in here. Every place that I had open spot, I went ahead and planted some. I've got one hiding in here with my beans. But yes, I did plant more tomatoes. Update on the Greenstalk situation. Yeah, I have 2 of them now. I am so happy. These are going to make any move that I make so much easier. Also, because of hurricane season, I can actually take these apart if I have to and move them inside. So I'm very grateful that I was able to get 2 of these now. I got the chocolate brown because Greenstalk is going to be discontinuing this color, and I really love it. But so everything is growing really nicely, especially in the original one that I had first planted. The cucumbers are starting to really take off, and they seem to be doing better on one side than the other. but I do rotate this periodically, like every other day. I do turn it around so that they get equal light. The peppers, some of them are taken off pretty well, others not so much, but I think it was probably because they were in their 4-inch pots too long, but not the Greenstalk's fault, my fault. So in my second Greenstalk here, I finally found some compact type tomatoes. These are called Tidy Treats, and they give a 1-inch round cherry tomato, and they don't get very big. I know they are an indeterminate cherry, but they don't get really huge. They are more of a compact one for container gardening. So I'm happy to see if I can get those to grow, so then I will get some more tomatoes. But I did plant more of the peppers. I also decided to try something a little crazy, and I put in some ground cherries that I had started. I don't know if they're going to do well. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to have to put some sort of a net or something to catch the fruit if they do fruit. So yeah, it's an experiment, but I do a lot of that here in my garden. It is a classroom, and I like to experiment with things. I did plant in here a sweet banana pepper. I purchased that one at Home Depot because they had them, and I thought, oh, I've got to try it. Mine died, so I got that plant. I tucked in some feverfew up here because it wasn't doing so good in its pot. It may not do well up here, but we don't know. I did plant some tulsi in here. I've got some more peppers here at the top mixed in with the tulsi and the feverfew. But I'm excited to see what I'm going to get. I'm really loving this idea of growing vertically because I am in an urban setting, and a lot of us just won't have enough room to grow a big garden. And now I can move and be comfortable knowing that in a few pots and 2 vertical towers, I could still grow a bunch of food for myself. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But the garden is still, it's hanging in there. Love my sunflowers. Somebody snapped one of the stalks today before the flower was even open. So I don't know who did that. Somebody big, probably a squirrel. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with the garden. For all the rain that we've had, most of the stuff is still hanging in there. I don't know if you got to see my short video yesterday, but I finally got my rooted cuttings of my Akoko Mesa basil put in their pots. So I'm really excited that I have so much of this now. I'll probably be sharing it with friends because I really don't know what I'm going to do with that many plants. I did pot up 9. I have some Thai basil and lemon basil yet to put in because they're all rooted, and I got to get those in pots. So yeah, been doing a lot of stuff here in my garden and on the patio. My dragon fruit's perking up a bit since I've tied it up. I've got extra starts that are sitting around. Don't know what to do with those. My valerian, I am so happy with this plant. I do need to get it in a bigger grow bag, but it's doing really well. I also have another mammoth jalapeno that I purchased at Home Depot that I need to get in the ground or in a bag, probably a bag. But got some more lemon basil growing there. But overall, I'm real happy with the things that are growing here on the patio. My horehound is looking fabulous. Looks like I need to give some water to some of my things out here. They're a little wilty. That's the problem with growing here on the patio. Sometimes this thing leaks like a sieve and waters all the plants, and other times it doesn't. And then I got to get out here and get some water to them. But I'm having lots of pest issues because even though I come out and spray, it rains so much. You can just see these poor leaves on this loofah over here are just like lace at this point. Even my poor moonflower has been eaten on. I've got lots of snails and slugs. I've been using Sluggo. Even the Datura is getting eaten. So I don't know. I'm just getting real tired of the pest pressure this year from all the rain and everything, and not being able to do a whole lot about it. But the flowers are looking beautiful. I just love how they hang all over the tree. It's beautiful. I have to show you something that's kind of cute. My animu has started spreading its seed like everywhere. So I did grab some and throw them in this cup, and it looks like one of them is sprouting. So I'm going to show you that too. You've got to see what my animu is doing. Animu, also known as guinea henweed, is a very interesting plant. And these little, if you can see it, these little stems hold all the seeds. And these seeds, when they get stuck on you, they can hurt because they cling to your skin, but that's how they get planted and spreads their seeds. So I have been getting stuck every time I go to move any of my plants here. And what happened was I've got like all these little ones started in that pot that just dropped seeds in there, more over here, more in here. The funniest thing, some are growing in my doormat. If that's not so cute. I came out here and go, what's that? Sure enough, they're growing in the doormat. This is the poor sunflower that got taken out by the squirrel last night. I did cut the top off and stuck it in a glass of water. I'm hoping that maybe it'll open up and we'll get some joy of seeing it. Hopefully. Look at this fig tree. It has grown about another foot in the last couple of weeks. It's just growing crazy. I'm so happy to see this growth. It's getting stronger, and since I've propped it up, it's starting to grow straighter. So I can hardly wait to see if we get some figs either this year or next year. But really happy with the growth on this plant. So my calendula has started to succumb to what looks like a blight. So I went ahead and I started some more seeds. So I have 4 of these 6-packs, and some are coming up. Now I started them out here so that they would be hardened off and ready to go into the ground. Some are kind of laying over, but they're stretching for the sun. But I don't want to put them in too harsh of a sun because I don't want them to die either. So I'm just doing the best I can right here on the patio. They do get some sun in the afternoons here a little bit. So they are stretching for it, but for right now, I'm going to keep them growing here, and hopefully I'll have some to put back into the garden. My datura has sure come back after that freeze. But I'm laughing because all of the flowers that are coming on this one are all next to the fence, and I don't get to see them very well. But there's tons of them in there. And then out here, I do have some babies, it looks like, coming on, some little ones. So we'll get some flowers over here, but man, did that take a while to get going. But boy, it is absolutely huge now. I have to show you how many flowers are on this one outside the fence. And at the same time, I have to show you what the loofah is doing. It is trying to take over the datura bush. I am laughing because I see so many vines through it now. They're coming out over here. They're in here. They're everywhere. But I'm just going to let them go wild. See what plants do to plants. Everything's an experiment for me right now. I'll be taking cuttings of this one when I move because I definitely want to have datura in my future. So I just realized that my loofah is taking over these plants over here too. I've got a palm tree and it's climbing up into the banana tree. Yeah, it will find a trellis wherever it wants to go, I guess. And hopefully maybe the squirrels or rodents won't see all of the fruit that it produces. Well, the poor okra, I don't know. It got ate up so bad by some sort of insect. Not even sure which one anymore. But it's just rained so much. I just can't keep up to keep the spray on the plants. The rain just washes it all off. I've literally harvested 2 okra, and I don't know if I'm going to get many more, but my burgundy okra looks like lace, just like my other plants over there, my moonflower and my loofahs. I don't know. But it's only here in this raised bed that I'm having the most issues right now. So I've been pulling stuff out of here. Pulled all the tomatoes that was in here, been pulling lots of things. So I'm just going to kind of leave this rest, I think, for this year. I don't even know if I'm going to plant again in it. Okay, gotta show you these gorgeous sunflowers. This is some form of a multi-headed sunflower, and it's all these little flowers, and they're so beautiful. Absolutely love them. All of my other ones are pretty well gone for this year, but this one just keeps going. And it's just huge, and it's so pretty, and I just love coming out here and watching the pollinators all over it. Well, it feels like the rain is coming back again. So I'm glad I got to finish the garden tour. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe to my channel and leave comments as well. I'd like to hear about your gardens. And whatever you do, don't give up. Even if you have pest pressure, even if you're ending up with wilt and things like I have had this year, don't give up. Keep on trying. It's all we can do. Our garden is our lab. It's our classroom. It's our experiment. So we just got to keep on trying. And don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. And those links are going to be down below in the description of this video. Don't forget that I also have another channel. It's Willow Mechant Divine Magic for those who are interested in my more spiritual side. I am a professional psychic medium here in New Orleans, Louisiana. So you can find my information, that's right, in the description. And until next time, stay healthy and stay blessed.